Hey guys, it's Jimmy Bremner and Dexter the boy, CTOA, and we're on the urban trail. I hope you enjoyed your long weekend and all returned safe and sound. The last video I did about retirement, I got a lot of text messages and emails with advice that I can use, and I really appreciate that. Apparently I've got a lot of friends out there, and thank you. One person sent in a list of topics they'd like to see on on the urban trail, and one of them was like an office environment, like what kind of knife would you carry and that type of thing. And I just want to talk about some things here. Europe and North America are so different. They're like two sides of a coin. And in North America, everything is about deployment and threats and appendix carry, and that's what it's all about. And in Europe, it's more common sense, like I've got to cut a piece of cheese for lunch and an apple. And I got to be honest with you, the whole tactical thing is wearing me out. And God bless you if you're a person that carries tools that do this. I can't do it. Certainly when I work in semi and non-permissive environments, I can do that, okay? But in my day-to-day life, I'm not understanding what this heightened level of vigilance is. It must be wearing me out, because I'm just not understanding that. If you are situationally aware, you're probably not going to get into that situation. And people will rant and rave, okay? Pound their chest, take their shirt off. And this is a display more than anything else, okay? Biological evolution. And the reality is, if somebody was going to attack you, they would have done it by now. So when people are doing all of this display, it's an attempt to get you, that they see as a threat right now, to back down and go away. And that's probably the best thing to do. And that said, what is most perplexing to individuals like this is a totally calm person. They don't know what to do with it, right? So, like I said, I'm trying to understand all of this stuff, but like I said, we're moving on. Okay, so enough said about that. So what would I carry in the office day to day, like suit and tie kind of thing, gentleman's kind of, multi-tool or something like that, knife, what have you. Probably the most practical thing you could carry is some type of multi-tool. This happens to be my Soggy OD tool. I just like it. If you're going to purchase a multi-tool, it should probably be Leatherman, Gerber, or SOG. Now that said, and I have one, there's a company called Bremner, okay? And it's a Chinese knockoff of Leatherman. They have one that is identical to the Wave. It's identical. In fact, it's better because it has a pocket clip and a three-dimensional Phillips screwdriver that you can put on a quarter-inch bit driver on it. And it's remarkable. I actually believe that, listen, most things are made overseas now. And I think that here's where we are now. You can buy the Leatherman for $115, but for $35 you could buy this Bilberry, and I'm telling you, it's exactly, it's identical, right? The steel, the operation of it, the quality of it, it's identical. So it's up to you, you know. Unfortunately, we have to acknowledge that the quality of things from China has, you know, it's come a long way. So that said, I'm not going to get into the ethics and principles behind all of that. I've just given you information. So again, first thing's probably a multi-tool. You can keep it in a pocket, put it in a pouch on the side. I don't like pouches, usually have a pocket, put it in my pocket. And you know, I can do anything with this. The next thing, there's a company called Roxxon. They make this little tool. Again, it's very, you know, office appropriate. Has a huge pair of really nice scissors on it. It does have a locking blade on it, and it has, you know, set of tools, the file screwdriver, all cantilever bottle opener, and it's not bad, but again, the quality is lacking in it. It's like a 6 out of 10. But what I'm always going to fall back on, again, I don't represent Victorinox or Swiss Army. In my humble opinion, they're the best. And this is the Swiss Army Compact. And for the size of it, it has more tools. It even has the extended scales where you have your tweezers, your toothpick. It has a pressurized pen, like the astronauts use, and it also has the parcel hook, which is really, it's like a skate tightener. It's good for, you know, lashing and pulling on things. It has many uses. You just got to think about how you're going to use it. And this, for me, is a great thing to carry in your pocket, you know, in a suit and tie type of thing, because it's non-threatening. Right? You pull this out, and you know, women and children are running, you know, for the hills in this very timid society that we have now. So I really like this. I carry this when I'm in a suit and tie, and I think it's a great option because it has all of those things. It even has the, again, extended scales. There's a place for a pin in here. So it has, you know, the your glasses screwdriver in it. And again, the corkscrew you can use for many things, and tying knots is, again, your imagination. So I think this, I'm going to put this #1, you know, office carry, gentleman's carry, put that #1. in a close second. It's a little bulkier. I'm gonna say this is the Victorinox. If I'm wrong, okay, I think it's either 18 or 17S model. And the thing that's great about it, it has a locking blade. So that's the lock right there. And if you've never had a knife, a slip joint knife fold and cut your finger, you haven't lived, okay? So I think a locking blade is a really great thing, okay? So of course it has its bottle opener, can opener, and this is a halfway between Wenger and Victorinox, because these actually are closer to the Wenger style than the Victorinox. And actually, if you look at the scissors, based on that spring, that indicates it's a Wenger style scissors. And these scissors are actually serrated and they cut really well. On the back side, you have a Phillips. Forgive me, I have really weak nails, okay? And you're all, and you can sew with this. You're sewing things in the office. And it has a toothpick and tweezers on it. A little more bulky in the pocket. I like the bright yellow scales because you can see it, and this is a Euro grip that's rubberized, and it's really nice to feel in the hand. So this is a close second behind the compact, like really close. It's like a photo finish with it. If you want to go, something, a bit hardier, this is a Benchmade rescue knife. Okay, crazy expensive, but it's meant for EMTs, medics, TCCC types, things like that. There's a seatbelt cutter, glass breaker, has a great locking blade on it, serrated, and a dull point, so you're not causing more injury when you're trying to help somebody with an injury. So I like this because it's black, it's subdued, has a pocket clip, fits really nice in my rear right pocket. That's where I usually carry most of my tools in my, again, in a suit and tie type of thing. And so that's a good option. Another really nice thing to have, like again, in an office situation, gentleman's knife type of thing, is a old school slip joint Granddaddy Barlow. It has a really beautiful scales on it, and the bolster. It's just a really nice thing to have. And again, these don't really, as big as it is, they really don't threaten anybody because it takes time to open it up, and it just it doesn't look threatening to me. So that's if again, I'm going with this, but if you want something more substantial, I'd say Granddaddy Barlow. If you chose to fixed blade, I don't know what make this is, somebody gave it to me, but this is a standby. I'm going to say it's a Jar Oz, and it's actually, it's maybe in total length about 4.5, 5 inches long. It is a neck knife, but I'm not wearing neck knives in a suit and tie, and that's another topic of discussion. But with the chain off, again, it goes nicely, in your pocket, and again, you don't have to worry about it folding up on you and injuring yourself. But that's probably where I'd go with that kind of thing in the office. But then Swiss Army Compact, and you know, you can look it up. I'm doing my best keeping all this information in my head, but look this up, and it'll be an S, and that means locking blade. There is another model, usually has red scales, and it's not a locking blade, but it's still a really good option for the office. So that's my thought on that. Again, last time, okay, so this color camo, again, I got an acronym wrong. There's so many I can't keep up. This is ACU, Army Combat Uniform, okay? American cam pattern. Like I said, everybody hates it, but it's pretty inexpensive, and I actually think it's actually not bad cam. And you know, so again, if you're trying to save some money, I suggest you look into it. I'll close with, you know what, I really appreciate the advice and, you know, emails and text messages I got over the weekend, and please keep them coming in. I'll move through this. You know, like I said, I'll move through it, and I appreciate you watching, listening, commenting. It means a lot to me, and I'm here to help. So, you know, have any questions? If I don't have the answer, I'll find somebody that does. It's me and Dexter, the boy, CTOA Urban Trail. I'm around.